Hey everyone, Tin Man here, back with some more Dota Underlords, and also back with a nice new look. Got some new glasses and a new haircut, so all kinds of new stuff here in the new year. So let's pick up a pair of Bat Riders, Venomancer Warlock, I suppose. Getting, kind of a start. Storm Spear is a good unit, but I'm not a huge fan of mages in the current state of the meta. This build is not that great either on turn 1, but it'll be functional. Also, got a new button down beneath the video here, the join button. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please do consider joining, and you get some awesome benefits like access to special chat and early access to some of my videos as well. If you're interested in supporting the channel, it really does help me out a lot, so please check it out down below if you like this content and want to see it continue. So, definitely going to lose this first round here. Opponent's got a Pudge who just seems relatively unbeatable. Our Bat Rider probably was not in the best of spots, honestly. He got a bunch of these Napalm stacks out, but he never actually could really capitalize on it to deal a lot of damage. So probably should have put Mr. Warlock in this spot, something like this instead, so that Mr. Warlock takes the brunt of the attacks and not the Bat Rider right off the bat. But that's okay. Going on an early losing streak is not the end of the world. I do like Chainmail here as one of my best tier 1 items. Just gives some good defense. Voidstone is good if you know you're going to play somebody like Tinker or Necrophos later on, who have relatively short cooldowns and really want that mana gain. But it's not necessarily the case this early on that I know I want to be doing something like that. Alright, so I think what I want to do is put in Pudge and actually go for double Bat Rider. I really am a big fan of Bat Rider. This early on. I'm going to use the reroll because I'm not happy with Drow Ranger. I don't think she's all that great. Did I get that in time? I don't think I got that swap. I want to get into 2 Knights with that Chaos Knight, but in any case, I'm not a big fan of Drow Ranger just as a general matter. I think she's just fairly weak, and so I'm not very thrilled to try to play her, even if it would give me Heartless bonus here. Although I probably want to pick up this Shadow Shaman. I think Shadow Shaman is very strong right now in the meta. The Druids, just very valuable, and of course the Troll bonus. I do have a Chaos Knight, so we have to remember we do have a Chaos Knight and a Bat Rider here. So maybe something towards a Knight's Troll kind of deal. Even if I don't think Pudge is the game plan. I really just don't like Heartless Warriors. I just don't like Warriors in general right now. I think that sometimes they're viable, but I don't think Pudge generally fits into that game plan because it is just fairly low impact. Here are a couple Scrappies, and I know Scrappies are very strong in the current meta, but I think I want to go for these things instead. Oh, especially now. There we go. I'm going to sell off this Pudge, put in the Treant Protector, and just put these guys in. This is an insane start. Now we're just gonna this is gonna be a very strong win streak. I think we have a 2-star Treant Protector and a 2-star Shadow Shaman plus the Brute bonus. That turned around real quick into something very powerful. Now the question is, do we want to go more towards Knights, since we already have a couple Knights, or not? I don't think Knights are very strong, but I do think there is something to be said for like Knights plus Treant Protector. Like if you build on this early and then you just start going into Chaos Knight, Bat Rider, you have your Trolls here. I think we'll keep open to that. I don't really like Beastmaster. I used to love Beastmaster, but for whatever reason he's just been feeling weaker and weaker since the nerf to Heartless, since Heartless was such a great combo with him. I feel like he's just been falling down in popularity for me, or in power level at least. Alright, looking around. Actually, oh, so I was about to say somebody's looking at Knights. I'm just wondering if I should sell off to get to 10 gold. I think I will. I know I just sold off my 1 main Knight here, but I really like Interest this early on. I know that I say Interest is a little bit overrated later on in the game, and it is later on in the game. But I think this early on, around 4, like you're just getting 1 more gold guaranteed, I think is going to be stronger, and because it will like snowball, right? You'll get 1 more gold now, which maybe means you hit a higher tier of interest next turn, and the turn after maybe you hit 1 more interest, and it can, that 1 more gold can like be the catalyst for like 3 or 4 or 5 more gold later down the line, which would be very impactful. So gold early is worth more than gold late. So I'm happy to try to sell for interest as soon as possible. Like here, I might do it again. I do like Witch Doctor, but I also like gold. I actually might just level up, actually, instead. I could sell off to get up to 20, but I really do want to keep Witch Doctor around, and I kind of just want to level up and put him in. Here, I'm losing, like, 1 gold to do this, but it probably ensures we keep this win streak going, and that might be a bit more valuable. Despite the fact that 2-star Treant is ridiculously strong at this point, which he definitely is, opponents are getting up to level 4, and we aren't. So there's a chance they could find a way to beat us. Luckily, we kind of ditched out of Knights a little bit, because somehow our opponent is also running some kind of Knights comp. That's kind of unusual to see. There's an Abaddon and Chaos Knight already. I guess they don't have too much else, so it's not like a guaranteed Knights comp, but it's just a little curious to see a potential Knights player this early on. Hand of Midas, one of my favorite tier 2 items. It's maybe not like head and shoulders above every other tier 2 item. I think it's quite a bit better than Crystallis. Sometimes you might want like a Vanguard or some other option, but I'm still a pretty big fan of the Hand of Midas, especially early on to grab a bunch of extra gold. It's actually really good on Treant Protector because he gets lots of kills with his Leech Seed ability, and hopefully that can give us a couple extra income there. Axe is good. I think Lifestealer is better as just a level 1 brute, and even later on, Lifestealer just seems a lot better, and probably holds Hand of Midas quite well as also. So we'll pick that up. I pick up Io in case we want to get to 4 Druids at some point. Treant, Io, Lone Druid are 3 really good Druids, and so is Shadow Shaman, so you can get up to 4 Druids that way. And if you get a 3-star Shadow Shaman, well then it's very easy to get 3-star on all the Druids. Alright, off to a great start here. Treant Protector got 3 kills that round. Wonder whether we got any Midas Gold. I didn't quite catch if the animation popped up. Long time here in this round, though. We got 30 more seconds. So let's think about where this comp wants to go. This comp probably wants to go towards more Warlocks. I think Warlocks are very strong right now. Assassins are in the game. Assassins are the natural predators of Warlocks. But if there's just one Assassin player, I'm not too concerned. There's going to be a Mage player, so maybe I want to try to incorporate Scaled if possible. Depends on how strong they end up being. We got 1 Hand of Midas proc there. We can pick up 2-star Axe. That's going to be better than the Lifestealer at this moment. Probably can move away from these Bat Riders. We're just going to stick with the Witch Doctor as our second troll. And pick up these options here. I don't know if I want to go up to 4 Brutes. I suppose it's possible that 4 Brutes would be good. At least for a while, and maybe not forever. 4 Brutes are probably not the long-term solution. Did at least get 1 Hand of Midas proc there. I did see that pop up. Looks like we should get a nice easy win here. Treant might get a second one. I think he got that kill, but I don't think he got the Hand of Midas. Nah, he didn't even get the kill. Come on, gold. No gold. Okay. Still, we got the win streak. Got a couple bonus. I think I'm going to level up to 5 here come this next round because it'll be an efficient time to level. We want to keep our win streak going, so we've got to keep pace with everybody else who's going to be leveling. And we can throw in Lifestealer, who's, he's a fine unit to put in. I'm going to actually swap these positions here so that Axe is kind of more on the outside. He's a lot tankier than Treant because he's got the chainmail and has higher base armor. So I'm going to kind of move him to the outside so that if he would take most of the brunt of opponent's attacks. Because like anybody who's on the left-hand side is all going to target onto Axe, whereas the only people who are going to target Treant are like kind of right in front of him based on this current positioning. Let's pick up. I'll pick up these pair of Juggernauts here. I'm actually like a big fan of Juggernaut. I know Warriors in general are not really in the meta, and a lot of people don't think you should play Warriors like at all. And it's fair, they're not very good. But I think Juggernaut is deceptively strong. He does a very high amount of DPS with his auto attacks. It is a lot of auto attack damage, especially if you can get him up to 2 and 3 star. At 2-star in particular, his attack damage increases, but his attack speed increases as well. So his DPS goes from 67 up to like 167. And then, like, again, it more than doubles when you get up to 3-star. And he's reasonably tanky. He can rack up a lot of brawny kills. So I'm not opposed to him. I'm not really happy about Heartless, though. I think I'm going to try to avoid Heartless. I don't think that's a very impactful buff at this point. That's a Treant. I like Treant. Now we have a chance of getting a 3-star Treant, and this is a very, very strong build at the moment. Now the question is, do I want to hold on to these Juggernauts, or do I want to sell them both for interest? I kind of want to sell them both for interest. I know I was just talking about how much I like Juggernaut, but the more I'm thinking about this build, I just think that it's more likely that we're going to want to get like a Bristleback, because since we're probably going to go for like 4 Druids, right? And then we want to get that will give us a Savage with Lone Druid, and then Bristleback probably makes more sense as the extra brawny, more so than Juggernaut does. And I think just it's still early on in the game where interest is still valuable, as I was saying before. So even though I was just extolling the virtues of Juggernaut, sometimes gold makes a more compelling argument. Let's pick up the axe here. Definitely want to try to 3-star out these guys. We've got a 7-round win streak already, and we're about to get our Underlord. Let's pick up probably healing support in Essex. This Summon Demonic Golems, always very powerful. And just the healing is very useful if you have a tanky composition.
The fun is about to begin.
So I'm a big fan of damage support in Essex, and I kind of want to protect her in the corner like this. So now to kind of ensure we keep this win streak, I think I'm just going to level up. Since we are on the cusp of completing the win streak, and that gives a much bigger like chunk of gold than anything else. I think that's just the game plan. Actually, what I probably should have done here is instead of playing 2 Lifestealers, I should have just played Io plus this Enchantress to get 4 Druids. That probably would have been stronger because they'd both be 2 stars rather than 2 1-star Lifestealers. I mean, we got a 3-star Treant Protector, so I don't think we're going to lose anyway. But in terms of just stronger at this exact moment, probably the extra Druids would have made more sense. But luckily we got paired up against somebody who's at level 4 still. They are doing kind of this hyper reroll strat for this mage build that they're trying. They're going to be staying at a low level and really trying to get as many Razors, Storm Spirits, probably Morphlings as well, to level up as quickly as possible. And we'll see how that goes for them. But from our perspective, they are an easy target at the moment, and we can deal lots of damage to them while they're trying to reroll. We can really punish that at the moment. Not really looking towards Omni Knights. I don't think this really fits in with what we're trying to do here. He's another healer, but probably going to get rid of the Enchantress anyway soon. Actually, she can probably be further in the back. Shadow Shaman's a touch tankier than her at 2-star. Other than that, we do complete the win streak and get a big chunk of gold here. And we can even go for another one with the Hand of Midas, or we could pick up like the Stonehall Pike. I don't have any huge amount of kills. I think I'll just pick up another Hand of Midas. Drop that on, I guess, the Witch Doctor. Pick up another Treant, maybe another Beastmaster. I would totally play another Treant as another unit, because especially we can get a 2-star of another Druid, and then we go 4 Druids, and if we actually have a 5th Druid, like we just get another 2-star Treant. I think that would be pretty powerful. Well, I guess actually, now that I'm thinking about it, putting in these 2 Druids kind of means I have no chance of getting a 3-star Treant Protector. Which maybe actually is worse. Not having the chance of a 3-star Treant, as opposed to running the 1-star Lifestealers over the 2-star IO. I guess IO is essentially an extra unit, so maybe I'm still fine with IO. In any case, we're pretty well crushing this game. We have been paired up against some of the weaker opponents who are still at level 4. So we've been doing pretty well against them. But against other opponents, maybe we're not quite as strong. And that's an Alchemist. I think Alchemist just is such an individually powerful unit that I think I want to do this. We go back to just 2 Druids and have the chance of the 3-star Treant. And then we put Alchemist in as our as an extra Warlock as well. Still keeping maximum interest here, and then next turn we're going to level up. So now that the round has started, I can just pump my gold in. We give the attack speed over to Lifestealer because he scales very well. The more attacks he gets out, the more feast triggers he gets. And so always good to have attack speed on Lifestealer. Even if he doesn't get too many kills. He potentially can get kills. But that's not his main focus with that Hanamite. It's mainly an attack speed item at this point. Alright, crushing this early game with that early 2-star Treant Protector. I just think Treant Protector is the best unit in the game by a good margin right now. And so very happy to be having him online and really helping us to win these games, these fights. Now the problem kind of comes up. I don't really have a great next unit to put in. I didn't until I found Doom. Now I do have a great next unit to put in. That was so good. Getting the 4th Brute. I do want to sell off to get back up to 30 gold though, if I can. I'm actually just going to sell off to get up to 29. Sell off the Beastmaster and the Enchantress, get up to 29, and just assume that we're going to win. We're pretty strong at the moment. I think we can win against most opponents, and then that'll give us the full 30 gold of interest. Especially with the 4th Brute here, that should really stifle any of their offense. Like, they have so little damage output. Yeah, I'm just going to completely walk right through them. This Treant just doing everything we ever could want him to do. Already has 18 kills. Pick up an extra Witch Doctor. I can pick up a Venomancer, although I'm not thrilled about him at this point. Looking around, normally 4 Brutes tends to fall off towards the later stages of the game, when a lot of people get like scrappy builds or kind of range damage builds. There's really only 2 scrappies going on right now. They're kind of middle of the pack. 4 Brutes is still good against Assassins. I think it's actually still good against 4 Brawnies. And probably pretty good against the Savage builds. Not really great against Mages. Might have to try to find a way to get scaled in here if the Mages are still going strong. But realistically, I think I just want to level up another time? Probably. Probably just going to be looking for more Warlocks at this point, I think. I like Warlocks. I like getting up to 4 Warlocks, whether it be with Witch Doctor. Ideally from here, I guess Shadow Fiend Disruptor would probably be the best 3rd and 4th Warlocks, more so than Venomancer, unless we really need scaled. Savage bonus is a little bit lackluster come the later stages of the game, which we're kind of getting to the mid-game right now. So we've got to start thinking about what's coming later. And we're just dealing so much damage to everybody every time we fight them, so I like where this is going. I guess we're also looking for a Lone Druid. If we level up, we can put in Lone Druid and Io would be the next 2 things we'd want. Probably more so than Venomancer. Then we get a Bristleback if we want a Savage more than Veno. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of Venomancer. Just to kind of simplify my decision process, because I pretty much have already ruled him out. Don't need that Juggernaut. I think I'm just going to focus on leveling before rerolling. At least get up to level 8 to have a chance at finding Disruptor, who's going to be a big, the big Warlock that we really want. We'll see how that goes. Although, I guess if 4 Brutes doesn't... If we don't think 4 Brutes makes sense, we could easily cut the Doom and Lifestealer. Those aren't... I'm not really tied to those in any way. Especially if we don't find them up to 2-star relatively quickly. There's not a whole lot of sense in trying to hold on to those for long term. Unfortunately, we do go down here, but Nesix goes down, but we do get the win. We don't get our big golem. Still just demolishing pretty much everyone in our site here. 4 Brutes still very strong early on. I think it's mainly the Treant, let's be real. A 2-star Treant Protector is just an absolute monster. Buy this extra Juggernaut just in case. What item do I want to pick up? Probably the Desolator. Desolator and Skullbasher are just really powerful. I like Desolator. Just being able to focus fire units is very powerful. There's the Shadow Shaman and the 2-star Lifestealer. And I guess I want a Lone Druid as well. I could level up this turn. Nah, I don't have enough time. I kind of thought about it, going up to 8 this turn. Just because I throw in the Necrophos for Heartless. But I think I'll wait another turn. Because it would cost me 2 gold of interest to do that. I probably should have done it, actually. And just cost me 1 gold and bought the Lone Druid post-combat. That would have made a little more sense, I think. Yeah. I should have leveled up. I mean, we win here anyway, but... just completely trashing everybody. Yeah, let's level up for this next turn. I know it's like a little inefficient because we could have waited an extra turn, but... Yeah, I just want to keep pushing the tempo of this game. Keep dealing as much damage as possible to every opponent every turn. Getting in a Heartless bonus, not the strongest thing in the world, but it's not irrelevant either. And just an extra unit is just going to be so much value here. Waiting to put in the Lone Druid and IO until we get more upgrades. More upgrades on them to 2-star. Still kind of on the lookout for potentially cutting Doom and Lifestealer in the long run if we get, I'd say like Shadow Fiend plus Disruptor. But we haven't seen any Shadow Fiends, so maybe Disruptor plus Void Spirit. Void Spirit would be a good late game Warlock. It would be an okay late game Warlock. It's not my favorite unit, but it can work. Another crushing victory on the back of Treant Protector. I don't think Treant Protector has died like all game. Since we got him up to 2-star, I feel like he has not died in a single fight. We've gotten 2 win streaks in a row, and things are looking really good. Hopefully we can get a 2-star Doom here. And if we get a 2-star Doom, maybe that incentivizes us to actually keep around 4 Brutes. But like I said, I am aware that they are going to get a little bit weaker later into the game. Did we just get 3 gold off that from Hand of Midas? I think we did. I kind of clicked past it really quick, so I didn't really get to see it all. Yeah, maybe 4 Druids doesn't even matter. Instead of 4 Brutes here. Probably don't need this Witch Doctor. I'll pick up the Axe. I kind of want to protect this Witch Doctor a bit better, because he has the Desolator. So I can kind of put him inside here so that hopefully nobody can jump onto him and kill him right away. And I put Doom in the back corner to also kind of bait an assassin onto the Doom. And I really just want to keep my Witch Doctor alive if at all possible, to make sure he keeps using that Desolator to the best of his ability. Actually, hold on. Desolator should be on a Brute, right? Desolator should absolutely be on a Brute. Because they're going to spread that debuff to every target. Oh. I kind of forgot about that. I mean, it's been fine. It hasn't really harmed us just yet. I kind of do like keeping this on Treant Protector because he gets so many kills. Desolator maybe should be on Doom. I kind of want to keep armor on Axe as well. Oh, hello. Shadow Shaman, Lifestealer, Alchemist. Yeah, I think I'm just not going to run 4 Druids. We're just going to cut those for the bench space here. And we're going to stick with trying to get Lifestealer, trying to get just Shadow Shaman to max level. Probably not Treant then, because if we just get a max level Shadow Shaman, that's all we need. And we're going to focus on leveling up. Since we have 60 gold, holy cow, I didn't realize we had that much saved up. So like next turn we just level to 9 and have 1,000,000 gold. I guess we just got a lot of that this past turn with the win streak completion again. Completed 2 win streaks in a row. What's the 3-star? Oh, that's an Enchantress. Alright, that's not that scary. Pick up the Alchemist, and I'm actually just going to level to 9 for this next turn. Because we'll still have 30 gold going into next turn. This may be on pace for our fastest win ever. My current record of fastest time to outright win the game is on round 24. On round 24, I've eliminated everybody and got in first place. I think we're on pace to match that based on how much damage we're hitting everybody for every single round. We might be able to get to that point. Who do I want to throw in? Is just a second Alchemist appropriate? Probably. I might reroll a bit here. Probably not going to get a 3-star Axe. I think that seems unlikely. And yeah, so I'm going to leave this Alchemist in the back just to pick up any like assassins who might jump back. There's 2 people running assassins plus somebody else running Viper. And our front line's already really powerful, so it doesn't matter if it takes an extra second to walk around. Yeah, see? Now they just hop onto our Alchemist, and I don't really care that much. pick up Necrophos and Shadow Fiend. If I get a 2-star Shadow Fiend, that'll probably be better than the second 1-star Alchemist here. Probably. We'll see how that goes, though. And, of course, we're looking for a 2-star Necro. Probably just going to reroll a bit at this level. I would like to get to level 10 at some point to get a Disruptor in, but if my prediction of winning the game around 24 comes to fruition, the game's going to be over before then, so I'm not going to care too terribly much about that. We've been getting... I'm actually kind of curious how much gold we've gotten off these Hands of Midas. Pretty much every kill of the Treant and the Lifestealer I've had the chance to get us gold. I guess Maelstrom. I kind of like Maelstrom on these on like Shadow Shaman because he has pretty fast attack speed and gets the troll bonus for even more bonus attack speed. So I think I'm okay with that. Let's use some rerolls. There's a Shadow Fiend, so I guess I'll put that in on here. Move the Shadow Fiend up like that. Use another reroll. Yeah, I'll use a couple. There we go. We still had all these upgrades to find, so I'm like, I know we're pretty close to some more upgrades. So even though I was losing some interest, we're far enough ahead that I think that's well worth it to try to find these things that we have pairs of. The Doom, the Necrophos, even the Alchemist that we have pairs of. Or another 2-star Lifestealer. Alright, so our Shadow Shaman, yeah, he has really fast attack speed with the troll bonus. That's why he's using this Maelstrom really well. Climbing up the damage charts, not the highest up there, but still pretty effective. I guess 2-star Doom now with the Desolator is going to be doing a lot of damage. Alright, 17 damage to this opponent. There's still some people up above 20 life, so we'll see if we're able to deal that much damage to him. If we're able to deal enough to eliminate them in 2 more rounds. We're going to need some help from somebody else to deal big chunks of damage. What do I want to do here? I pretty much have everything to 2-star except the Alchemist. Is 3-star Doom realistic? I don't think 3-star Doom is necessary, given the state of the way the game is going. Though I do suppose it is possible to get, so I'll still pick it up to work towards him. Oh, here's some Assassins. Ooh. Our healing is not very effective against all these 3-star Assassins. But it looks like our Brutes are still very effective, and we do manage to take it down. So, didn't deal a million damage to them, just 17. So, like, I was a little nervous that we actually might have lost that fight based on the way it initially started, but we did get a good win. At this point, I'm not, like, concerned about winning the game. I mean, I think I'm going to win the game. I'm concerned about how quickly we can do it. I've got 2 more rounds if I can tie my record to knock out everybody. I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't, because, like, depends on how big the other fights go, but, like, we might knock out some people in these coming rounds. I wish I had just a Disruptor right now, just so I could level up on this turn and just throw him in. Nah, I'll wait. I'll wait another turn. And then probably level up and throw in hopefully a Disruptor, but maybe a Bristleback if we have to. Alchemist goes down pretty quick, so does our Doom. Unfortunately, it's our Shadow Shaman who gets Doom, so that's not ideal. So these are 3 stars, so we don't get our big Maelstrom procs, and actually that might be enough to beat us. Uh-oh. Our front line's collapsing. Oh no! Oh no! We take 16. Alright, we got a little bit overconfident. That's alright. That's alright. So, no more winning the game that quickly. But we should still be able to take the win down. Just might take a little bit longer than I'd hoped. That's a 2-star Sven. I'll just play a 2-star Sven. I don't care. I'm just going to level up and put in a 2-star Sven.
Perfect.
Sure. I mean, he doesn't synergize with anything, but, like, he does a lot of damage. So I actually probably want to put a Hand of Midas on him, actually. Yeah, I just spent all my gold to do it, but like, I'm okay with that, just to get a 2-star unit in here. Even if he's not the best unit. He is, I'm just trying to track him. He has not actually gotten too much value off his cleave, but he did bait the opposing Viper to target him. So he really didn't do all that much damage. That's alright, though. Good solid win there. I guess... Does Venomancer have any value? No, we got a Sven. We do have a Scaled. The Mage player's been eliminated, though, so I don't care that much. Doom? Doom's still viable to 3-star. Reroll, nothing there. Another reroll? Still nothing there. Still would be looking for Disruptor. Disruptor would probably be better than Sven, but you know, in the meantime, or we can try for a 3-star Sven. Have you ever seen a 3-star Sven? I've seen him only in knockout mode, and he was pretty good there. He dealt a lot of damage as a 3-star in knockout mode. Unfortunately, we are up against a Phantom this fight, so not going to get to eliminate everybody. But hopefully 2 other people do get eliminated just based on the fact that they're all paired up against each other, so 2 of them gotta lose of the single-digit HP opponents. Oh, Sven wanted a Hand of Midas. Probably more than the Treant at this point. He's probably going to get more kills than Treant will in these fights. So let's give that awesome Treant to him, and probably move the Chainmail over to the Treant. He's going to be more important to have survive. Okay, 2 people did get eliminated, now down to a three-person game. I'm actually a big fan of Dagon. I think Dagon would be good, especially against some of these. They both have Warlocks, so they both have potential to heal up, so Dagon can hopefully just snipe down their targets right away before they can really get out of hand. None of them really have much backline access outside of Sand King, so I think it's okay to kind of move these guys up a little bit more. Oh, there we go. There's an Alchemist. That's the one we were looking for. Alright, let's get rid of the Dooms, just to get the extra Life Stealer. I think Doom 3-star is a little bit out of reach anyway. This game might be over another turn or 2. May just be over this turn if... Yep, our Phantom is facing both, so we might just get the double out victory here, where we eliminate both opponents here. Look how quickly we just killed that Alchemist. He just took like 1 or 2 autos and then got zapped with the Dagon. That is the power of Dagon, just completely denying an ultimate. Normally Dagon's not all that great, but in specific situations like that where you can completely deny an ultimate, it's very powerful. Looks like this will be the game here. We're knocked this point out, and I have to presume on the other board we do win. Yes, we eliminated them both, and we take a double victory here, dealing 23 to both opponents. Sven, top DPS in the last fight. They were nice and stacked up for his cleave to do really good work here. So we do take down first place. I'm really curious how much player damage. We dealt 324. I think that is easily the highest player damage I think I've ever done in a game. In my previous like fastest attempt to win the game, I've done like 240 or something. 324. I challenge anyone to have a higher player damage than that. That is absolutely absurd. 324 player damage with a 4 brute build. So incredibly strong. Obviously the Treant early really carried us, but just the whole build, just from top to bottom, was just absolutely impeccable. I really love this build. One of my favorites. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you really do enjoy this content and want to see more of it, please do consider joining the channel. It really does help me out. There's a little join button down below, so make sure you click on that and show your support. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.